working on the Evo. He's got the EMU Black in. I just plugged the plug-and-play adapter in. You look over here. It's kind of hard to see. Sorry, it's a little dark. The lighting sucks. But if you look over here, we got the plug-and-play adapter plugged into the factory harness. These are the harnesses that go to the EMU Black. One of the things that's different with this plug-and-play adapter is it doesn't come with the 12-volt wire, the power source essentially. That one does not go into the factory wiring harness. So we are going to focus. Why won't you focus? Sorry, light sucks. So we are going to run this all the way to the battery in the back. Unfortunately, I thought we had some more wiring here, but we only have 22 gauge, which is a little smaller than I'd like to run. So I'm going to run up to advanced real quick and get some wiring. And we're going to run this all the way to the battery, which is in the trunk. Then we will plug in the EMU, start setting up the base map, start setting up the inputs and outputs, and we're going to get this thing going. It's going to start this weekend. It will, I promise. Gonna wait for this torrential downpour to stop. Look at the poor queue. It's been like that for like 2 months. This is what happens when you own your own business and don't have time to take it to a body shop. Sorry, Nicole.
He's not really bad with biting. He really isn't. We use him all the time. We mix it up. We have a bunch of big snakes. We don't like use the same ones always. And I wanted to bring one that was a little more different. Because normally, I think last time we did a red tail boa. So I wanted to bring a snake from Madagascar or something a little more exotic.
Yeah, very cool.
But he, you know, I'm not
Do you see the
not
blue
friendly,
iridescent in his
but
skin?
he gets annoyed sometimes.
Aww. He's like, these goddamn white people.
Anybody else want to see a piece?
No, God, no.
Anybody want to keep a souvenir tiger skin?
No, I'm all right.
Sure.
I do want to see this little man though.
Here's my piece for you.
I mean, if 3-year-olds wouldn't just break it and probably eat
Do you want to hold him?
Yeah, is it okay? I'll
Yes.
tell you if he gets a little wiggly.
I will see him getting
Oh,
wiggly.
okay.
What is he?
Oh, that's wiggly.
That's wiggly. He'll get wiggly.
Hold on to him.
We good?
He's an
Oh
omnivore.
man, he's strong.
He's very strong. And
Oh, there you go. You got him?
I got him.
You got him? All right.
Oh, good.
Whoa, he's strong.
Yes, he is.
Yo,
He
that
is.
boy is strong.
He is like.
Well, oh, Jesus.
Yo.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yo.
Christ.
Gotta keep it down.
He gets really wiggly.
So
He's antsy.
strong.
Wow.
What is he trying to do?
Trying to get out of his arms.
Jump on something. Alright.
Yo, you want to put him back? You want to put him back?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put him
Okay,
back.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you're good.
No, I want you to be able to hold.
Keep
At
everybody
least you
quiet.
got to hold him for a
Yeah,
second.
just a second. He's
Okay, guys, so I got some turtles and tortoises.
Someone say turtles
Who
and
wants to
tortoises?
hold one?
General Meow's ready.
Who wants to hold another one?
I mean, he seems pretty active.
Who wants to hold?
You gotta like push it off your hand.
Just hold it like a hamster.
Yeah,
Come on, RJ. He's wiggling around.
he's got claws.
Nom 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 nom.
Look at him eat.
Nom nom nom.
We have Greek tortoises and we have Russian tortoises. They look almost like the tortoises. They'll float more than swim.
Oh, look at
But
him
they
eat
don't
that.
die in water, right?
They
I mean,
do.
eventually
Yeah,
they
don't
could.
people throw that one
Yeah.
turtle in the water all the
They
time?
throw them in
All
there.
right, I know
Oh,
some of
can't
them
swim,
do.
The gopher tortoises get
Gopher,
thrown,
that's
yeah.
it. Go.
Oh my goodness. Party gator. He looks so happy right now.
That's my profile picture.
That's my profile pic.
That profile picture.
Nice pants.
Someone just pulled up. Yeah, so just a random dude just pulled up. What's going on?
This is Juan and Stu.
How you doing? Stu. Like your RX-7.
Thank you.
Go get a shot of it actually. So originally I was going to run the power wire for the ECU down onto this side of the trunk, over on the passenger side over here, but there's not really a way to get the power wire from this side over to this side without it kind of being out in the middle of nowhere by itself, and I wanted to tie it down to something. So instead of doing that and then running the wire up here and zip tying it to a bunch of crap up on the top here, like up here with speaker wire or something like that, which I really didn't want to do, I just ran it down with this main power wire. Since the vehicle has a battery relocation already and has this huge power wire, I have zip tied the power wire for the ECU to it, and we're just gonna run it the whole way up to the front of the car with the main power right here. So that way it's not one little tiny wire by itself worried about rubbing on something. Not only have I zip tied it every 6 inches, but I have wrapped the entire thing pretty much with electrical tape as well, just to kind of help protect it a little bit more. Obviously there's going to be trunk trim and everything that'll go back over this, and it'll be off to the side, but never taken a back seat out of a car before. It's actually super easy. Most of them are pretty much the same. It's got a hook here and a hook here and a couple bolts on the bottom. So you undo the bolts on the bottom and you slide it up off the hooks. Now that's all I gotta do. Let's get this thing hooked back on it. Can't really see it, kinda gotta just feel for it. Side two, perfect. Alright. That's it, and then this thing is just 312s on the bottom. Okay, so I just finished wiring up the EMU Black. We just got all the constant power was really the only wire we had to run. So we just did that. Like I said, I had to run it all the way to the trunk, so it took a little bit. But we just got all that done. Now I'm going to get a base map set up, and we're going to try to fire this thing up in a few minutes. What? So we got the Evo running. It is running on the EMU. We do have to rewire the wideband, it looks like. It doesn't like the way we have it wired in at the moment. And we have the vacuum line for the map sensor. We ended up just running a super long vacuum line just through the window for now, down to the built-in map built into the ECU, just so we could get it started and try to get this thing going. And it's going. So it's gonna need some tweaking, but we gotta do a few things. I don't know if you can hear that rattle inside the car on the video, but there's a plate that goes on the bottom of the trans. It's like a flywheel cover. The thing's rattling like crazy. The knock sensor's picking it up and trying to pull timing at idle right now because of it. So I had to turn off the knock sensor essentially, so that way it's not idling terrible. But the car's running. It sounds pretty decent. It's gonna need some work, VE wise, ignition wise. We need to pull out a timing light out and verify the timing. Although it's with it idling okay and doing all right, I think we're good. So I mean, we just need to verify it, but everything's working. Yay! The EGT is not 32 degrees. We don't have an EGT sensor wired in, so I just need to get rid of that. Put something else there, but I'll worry about that later. I think we're gonna call it a night. It's 11 o'clock. It's been a long day. Car's running. We're super happy the car's running. We had a lot of problems with that AEM version 1. So having this thing running and running pretty well for, you know, spending 10 minutes and dialing it in, I'm pretty stoked about. As you can see, it's idling a couple points higher than I'd like. So let's go add some fuel real quick, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. There it is. Just a little bit. Oh wait, one more. There it is. There it is. For those of you who don't know, that's the air to fuel ratio at this very moment. At idle, you want what's called stoichiometric, which is 14.7 or 1 lambda. Stoichiometric is what's considered the most efficient air to fuel ratio. Now that is under cruising and idle and things like that. With this being a turboed car, especially, we do want it to run significantly more rich under load. Naturally aspirated cars, under heavy load, in the mid 12s, high 12s, even some cars can handle low 13s. But this being a turbocharged car, we want to have this thing up into the 11s, low 11s probably, to mid 11s at full boost. So we're going to need to work on some fueling again. We've just messed with the low idle area of the table right now just to get this thing running and running decent. But we're getting there. I'm excited. So we got to clean up a couple little things. Like I said, we got to run the vacuum line for the map sensor. We got to fix the wideband wiring. We got to fix that rattle so that it's not picking up knock when it's not knocking. Verify the timing, and we're gonna start street tuning this thing. Probably, if I don't do it tomorrow, I'll come by sometime this week and do it. But we're gonna have this thing done soon, so stay tuned.